What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with the Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. I almost there like tongue tied. I'm very excited for my next guest. He is a serial entrepreneur. He started in the health and fitness industry, which I love. And now he's working on something with technology and behavioral change. Please welcome Adrian Moreno to the show. Adrian, woo woo!
Thanks a lot for having me. I love your energy already. I love this so much. I love the show, and it's just awesome to actually be on here. So thanks a lot for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you're also a podcast host as well, correct?
Yes, I'm also a podcast host. It's definitely one of my favorite things in the world to do, and it's a great way to network. So I freaking love it.
I agree. We're on the same page with that. Well, you bring incredible energy as well. We had already started having a great conversation before we started recording. So why don't you kind of like dive into it? Because you have done some great stuff. I love the health and fitness. I think once you're a health and fitness person, you always are. You bring that through your whole life, but it took you to somewhere else. Is the co-creator of the Neuro-Remapping. So let's talk about your journey.
So in 2014, we're gonna go. I experienced a breakup. But this was a high school breakup. So the one where like your whole world comes crumbling down.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my God, my life sucks. And because I thought that my life sucked, because I thought that the world was ending, I felt like the world was ending and I acted like that.
Yeah.
Within about 4 years, I gained 100 pounds. My grades plummeted to I was probably like a C student, but I went from a C student to like a Z student.
Okay.
And all my aspirations kind of just dropped. I was training to become a fireman. I was very serious about becoming a fireman. And then that hope went away. And I graduated high school unemployed and was just selling marijuana, smoking weed. And that was my life.
Oh, wow.
So for like 2 years, I was unemployed. My daily schedule, I'd wake up at 3 p.m., go to smoke all day, watch The Office, and then eat a bunch, sell some weed, and then fall asleep at like 7 a.m. This was like my daily routine for, like 2 years. So that becomes very familiar. But something interesting happened in 2017. A very interesting thing happened. It was September 19, 2017. I called up my friend to come and smoke with me. I was like, hey, man, like I'm about to smoke a blunt. And he would come hang out. And so he lived across the street. Within a couple of minutes, ding dong, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm laying on the couch. Now, I'm shirtless. I'm not saying this to be sexy. I'm saying this because it's a very important part of the story.
Okay.
I'm laying on the couch without a shirt, and the doorbell rings. I get up, and in order to go to my kitchen table at the time at my parents' house, I had to walk. And in order to go to the front door, I had to walk by the kitchen table. So as I walked by the kitchen table, my shirt was hanging on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stopped, and I was like, should I put on my shirt or not? And I was like, it's just Gilbert. Like, I don't need to put on my shirt. There's not like a beautiful woman out there. That decision changed my life forever because I walked outside. My friend Gilbert, we were best friends. He knew me, but I guess he hadn't seen me without a shirt in a long time.
Okay.
So when I opened up that door, his eyes just up and down. He was like, damn, Adrian, you got fat. Those 5 words changed my life forever.
Wow.
Because when he said that, I gained 100 pounds in 4 years. I knew I was getting out of shape.
Oh my goodness.
I knew I was getting out of shape.
Yeah.
But I was getting comments, even my mom was telling me, like when your mom starts telling you, like, come on, you're getting a little chubby. But nothing really bothered me until that day. For some reason, it stung.
Yeah.
So we go to the backyard, we're hanging out in the backyard, and I can't even think straight.
It was all the weed. It was all that weed.
All the weed. And then plus, the only thing in my mind was, damn, Adrian, you got fat. Damn, Adrian, you got fat.
Yeah.
And so I remember sitting there. I was so angry, not at Gilbert, but at myself, because 4 years prior, I had a six-pack. Mm-hmm. So I was like so angry. I was like, this is not who I am. And I just snapped. And it was like kind of like a very angry burst. I was like, I'm about to lose all of this fucking weight. Just watch.
Yeah.
And he looks at me. He was like, yeah, whatever. But little did we know, I meant it. He left. I went inside my house, and I already knew I was in shape 4 years prior. I like came from a little bodybuilding background, and so I was like, I know what to do. So I pulled out a piece of pen and paper. I wrote out a 6-week program. I was like, all right, I'm gonna cycle through this. I didn't know anything about nutrition really. I just kind of knew bro science. I went back to the bro science with nutrition, but hey, it's starting somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Within 9 months, I lost 91 pounds.
Wow, so, good for you.
Yeah, and if anybody's lost that amount of weight, even 20 pounds, it's a life-changing experience for a lot of people. You change physical images. Everything's different.
Yeah.
But this was something that was happening that just kept boggling my mind was, well, also another part of the story is once I did lose the 91 pounds, a thought entered my mind when I was working out. When a friend put a thought into my mind. I had the neighborhood house where I was like, all right, guys, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're
Yeah.
gonna do
Yeah.
this in the garage. And then my friend was like, hey, why don't you get paid for this? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, people actually pay people for this. And so within 4 months, I started bringing clients into my garage, training them, and doing all of that. And I ended up within like 18 months of me starting that business, I did like $500,000 in
Get out of
business.
here.
To me, was like I was unemployed before. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell happened? Oh, actually, I was working out of dry cleaners because when I got in shape, I was like, maybe I got some energy to do some things. So I
Yeah.
was working out of dry cleaners, but I just started doing really well in my business. And at this time, I was thinking to myself, how did I change so quickly?
Yeah.
Because if you look back on my story, it was like a decision and then different. Like
Yeah.
and when people say weight loss is hard, I totally understand that 100%. For me, it was the most exciting, exhilarating time of my life because I just wanted a different life so bad that
Yeah.
I did not have the, oh, I don't want to eat this. I don't want to. I was just like, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
doing this. I'm going back to where I was
Yeah.
and better than ever. And so I became intrigued with how else can other people change so quickly?
Yeah.
Because I was also going through another experience, which I'm sure you probably experienced this in your career as well. I had clients pay. So I was I did high ticket. So it was $5,000 for 90 days of coaching,
Oh,
which is
wow.
another reason why I made $500,000. I charge a lot.
Yeah. Well,
But
good for you though.
yeah,
Some people are afraid of charging a lot like that.
yes,
They don't know their
exactly.
worth.
And for me, it was just like, well, that was like I hired a mentor, and he was like, "This is what you do." He was like, "Charge 1,500." In my mind, I was like, 5,000. That'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And but it was interesting. Person A will pay me 5,000 and hit the ground running and change your life. Person B will pay me 5,000, throw every excuse in the book at me as to
Yeah.
why they couldn't do the things that they said they wanted to do to change.
Right.
And so instead of getting angry, I just got curious. And I said, what's going on in person's A's psyche, in their
Right.
mind, that's causing them to do it? And what's going on in this person? It can't be because the why. Like,
Yeah.
it's not because they don't remember their why. I didn't have a why when I lost weight. My why was I don't want to feel like shit anymore. That was my
Yeah.
why. So I didn't buy that. I was like, there has to be something else. Oh, this person wants it more. Why do they want it more? And I just got obsessed with understanding why humans do what they do.
Yeah.
And because I figured if I can figure out what's going on in somebody's brain, I can manipulate it to
Yeah.
help them get what they want out of themselves. And so that led me to studying cognitive behavior therapy. But
Okay.
as I study cognitive behavior therapy, I get it. It's great stuff. I applaud everybody who, like, every therapist in that space.
Yeah.
But the success rate was like 38% on an average of 22 to 26 sessions. So
Wow.
whenever I saw that as an entrepreneur, that was so inefficient for me.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
I want, I like things to be very efficient. So I was like, I can't believe somebody's going to pay for that. I wouldn't pay for that. So, like,
Yeah.
there has to be another chance. It has to be another thing. And I started reading this article that said better than therapy 100% of the time. I was a very biased article, of course, but I was like, this is interesting. And it was talking about how people were overcoming addictions. People were, letting go of depression, anxiety attacks in a session or 2 or 3. I was like, and it said there's a 93% success rate. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it was hypnosis. And for me, the only thing I knew about hypnosis was like, here's a little watch.
Yeah.
So I never heard of it in this context.
Yeah.
So, but me also, I don't believe in things until I internally validate them. I've
Sure.
been like that my whole life. My parents hated it because when it came to like church and stuff, I was like, what the heck are we doing?
Yeah.
And like, so, but that's always been a thing for me. So I was like, I'm not going to believe this article. Plus, it was written by a hypnotist. So I was like, this is
Yeah.
very biased. So I was like, I have a major fear of public speaking. I was like, I'm confident in myself, but I have a fear of public speaking.
Okay.
I hired a hypnotist, and now I make 50% of my revenue through public speaking. So clearly,
Wow.
And I speak for like a living. I help people get over social anxiety. That's one of the biggest things I help people with is social anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's like it worked. So when it worked, I was like, holy crap, I have to figure out how to use this stuff. So I
Yeah.
just self-taught myself everything and intuitively created my own process, which is how I stumbled. That's how I got into neuro-remapping, which is basically it's a very accelerated way to rewire your actual neural pathways. When you rewire a neural pathway,
Yeah.
your emotional responses are different now. They must be different by nature, so it doesn't feel difficult. That's how I can have clients sit down an alcoholic, open their eyes, not desiring alcohol. Sit down socially anxious, open their eyes, an extrovert, right?
Yeah.
These things happen very quickly because of being able to just quickly change somebody's neural pathways. So that's my little story as to how I got into what I'm doing.
That's a great story, though. It's not a little story. That's a great story. So I've never done. I'm a little skeptical of hypnotists as well.
Yeah.
So
I like to break it down to like a science, so like people actually understand what it is and stuff.
What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Can we get a round of applause today? Woo! Today I'm excited to announce MANSCAPED launched their Ultra Premium Collection. Believe it or not, it's for your not so private parts. I'm talking about a leveled up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. And let me tell you something. Oh, it smells so good. My man wears this every day. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe. MANSCAPED is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED by going to manscaped.com and use the code LABELFREE20 for 20% off and free shipping and enjoy. So now, what does neuro-remapping, does it still include some form of hypnosis?
Yes. So hypnosis
okay.
is nothing more, but people say it's a state of mind. It's not a state of mind.
Okay.
Hypnosis is a tool
to
get you into a state of mind.
Okay.
The state of mind you get into is theta brainwaves. When you so right now we're in beta, right? Unless I'm boring you to death, you're probably in alpha, right? But right now you're in beta, you're engaged.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Just beneath this is what we have alpha. When you're meditating and like you're sitting nice and calm, that's alpha. When you're taking a warm shower, you feel good, that's alpha.
Yeah.
Right after a cold shower, you're like 90 seconds after a cold shower, you get that nice feeling in your entire nervous system. That's alpha. And then beneath that, we have theta. So this we experience when we're dreaming. Now, the great thing is that you can consciously tap into theta. The reason why this is powerful is because when you're in theta brainwaves, the doorway in between the conscious and subconscious, by the way, there is no such thing as separation. The conscious and subconscious is just ideas and it's easy to communicate. But I want people to understand, like they're fully connected all the way.
Sure.
The metaphorical door in between the conscious and subconscious swings open, which literally allows you to play with your deepest beliefs. And when you can change your deepest beliefs about yourself, it will absolutely change everything that you're experiencing. So hypnosis is not like driving is hypnosis. Whenever you're reading a book and you fall into a nice spot where you stop worrying about time, when you're having sex, when you look at somebody that you're in love with, when you lock eyes with somebody you're in love with, you fall straight into a trance. When you go to a doctor, doctors get people into hypnosis all the time. Hypnosis is nothing more but a method. It's a technique to get somebody into a state. And so what I do is I help people get into theta. That's where I do all the change. So I use hypnosis at the start of what I do to just get them into that state. And so I can just do the rest of what I need to do.
So how is your method different than an other, like a hypnotist method? So do they not go that deep to change the actual patterns or the beliefs of who you are?
So a hypnotist, they're still going to go to an alpha or theta brainwave. Whenever they're working with somebody, they're still going to do that. The methods of what we do in that state are different, though.
I gotcha.
Like when somebody's in a state of hypnosis, you're hypnotized and you want to believe you're good enough. You are good enough, right? You're giving them a suggestion, and when you're suggestible, your conscious critical factor doesn't fight back. So it chooses. It is a choice, though. You have to understand. It's not like you're just powerless. It is a choice. You're still conscious. You're consciously choosing to receive information
Sure.
that you don't have, your critical mind, that's like the critical part of yourself that causes all the problems. And
Okay.
so I don't like to give suggestions, really. I like to, can I just give you an example?
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay, so I had a client who had a major, he was already a very successful salesperson,
Okay.
but he, for some reason, would always feel like insanely anxious before sales meetings. He's like,
Okay.
dude, like I get good sales, but
Yeah.
I want to throw up before every sales meeting. I can't figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so let's figure it out. So what I do is I utilize a form of timeline therapy. So when you're in theta brainwaves, the mind communicates subliminally, meaning it communicates through images. So
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
say, this client, I can say, okay, right now you are getting anxious before sales calls. You're
Right.
socially anxious. And when I count from 5 down to 1 and snap, your mind will show you why. And I would like snap my finger and image will come up. It's an old
Okay.
memory that will come up.
Right. Okay.
And so my client in this case, he found himself, which one was okay? He found himself at a swimming pool. They were all him and he had 3 cousins and he was with like 4 friends. They were all doing backflips off the swimming pool. It was
Okay.
his turn to do a backflip off the swimming pool.
Yeah.
When he went to do a backflip off the swimming pool, he did a belly flop instead.
Oh
He didn't
boy.
do the whole backflip. Everybody started making fun of him, but
Oh.
also he was the chubbiest kid there.
Oh. Okay.
In his mind, in that moment, he tells himself, I don't belong.
Yeah.
So when he told himself, I don't belong, that he accepted that as a fact of life instead of a thought of life. He accepted it as a fact of life. He
Yeah.
internalized it. So every time it came to sales meetings, and
Yeah.
he used this phrase, he goes, I feel like I'm intruding on people. And so every time it
Interesting.
came to sales meetings, no wonder you're going to feel like you're intrude if you genuinely believe you don't belong. So
Yeah.
what I did in that moment, I said, so here's a belief that all my work is based off of one belief. And this one
Okay.
belief is your point of power is now. Meaning you can even manipulate past events to change a current event if you want to. You can jump into future events, gain the certainty of that event already done,
Yeah.
bring it into now. Yesterday is only a thought, a memory of yesterday. It's not a reality. It's just
Yeah.
an idea, and all ideas exist now. And
Yeah.
so what I did, I said, all right, how about you stick the landing this time? In your mind, stick the landing. Just stick the landing, and I want everybody to applaud you when you come up. Let
Yeah.
that little boy feel, not in his mind, in his nervous system. Let
Yeah.
him feel like he belongs.
That's
Just
awesome.
by going through that while somebody's in a trance,
Yeah.
then I just do that. All right. Now, when you open your eyes, it will be as if that's your memory from now on. And from that point on, your entire neural pathways are just going to rewire to fit that new memory, and you're going to respond differently. And he's outsold his entire company division 3 quarters in a row since then. And he has 0 issues with showing up, speaking, being social, or getting into sales meetings. He is enjoying himself, and it all started with remapping his memories.
Yeah.
And doing that in a certain state of mind will
Sure.
stick in your nervous system.
I love that. So when you work with someone, does it take more than one time for you to do the remapping, or how does that work?
Thankfully, I'm a number fanatic. So 74% of our clients get results, and I literally have it sticky noted right here.
Yeah.
70% of our clients get results in 1 session. The remaining need up to 3. I've never done more than 3.
That's amazing. And so do you
And
do
when I
this?
say more than 3, I mean more than 3 on a particular problem. Because what
Right.
typically happens is like, oh my God, you helped me with this. I kind of got this too. And
Yeah.
so they want to work on something else. But typically 1 to 3 per problem. And
I
we
love
have
that.
but in all transparency, with the hundreds, we've worked a little bit over 200 people. We as of today, 94% success rate. So we're doing pretty solid, but it's not 100%, but we're really freaking great at what we do. So, yeah.
I love that. I was thinking like, okay, if you help someone with something and they recognize other areas in their life where they can improve, I mean, why not? I would want that too.
Exactly. And a lot
So
of times, like some stuff comes up too after, like
yeah.
they get rid of, like this one guy got rid of his his fear of, he had problems around making money. And then when he started making a lot of money, he had all these beliefs coming up that said, you don't deserve all of this money.
Yeah.
And so we removed something, but something deeper was there. So that
Yeah.
can also happen as well.
Sure, I can see that. Now, do you do this all only in person, or do you do it
All
via
online,
Zoom?
all online. I've never done a in-person session. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Where can people find you, connect with you, support you, learn more about what you do?
Yeah, they can just go to, they want to work directly with me, just go to www.rewiremythoughts.com/apply. If you go there, it'll let you know what my offer is, pricing, testimonials, all of that good stuff. But if you want to actually experience what I just talked about today, meaning if you want to actually go through a little bit of remapping yourself, I actually put what I do, pieces of what I do, into a video. It's a guided video. I mean, the kind of comments I've gotten back are tremendous. But anyways, just go to the same website, but just /unshakable. And it's 100% free. It's a gift for your audience. They'll be able to actually experience this and internally validate it so they can experience it as opposed to just believe what I'm saying, right?
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll have to put in the subject line, free gift. All right, Adrian, we are close on time here. So before we say goodbye, what are some last words of wisdom or advice you'd like to leave with the audience?
You're not anything you think you are. Whatever you think you are is a thought. And your thoughts about life are not reality. So objectify your beliefs. Take the time to look at your beliefs and ask yourself, what do you believe about life? Because when you can see beliefs, you're no longer seeing through them. And when you're no longer seeing through your beliefs, like a painter who paints a painting and has paint on their hands, you can wash beliefs right off your psyche. So become aware of what you actually believe to be true about life, and understand it's a belief about reality and it's not reality itself.
I love that. That was good. Woo! On that note, thank you so much for being an amazing guest, Adrian. Keep us posted on any new project or anything that you got going on so we can bring you back and update the audience. That was absolutely amazing. Congratulations on all your success and coming up with this new method, because it sounds like it's changing people's lives for the better.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Again, I'm a fan of the show, so just so cool to be here. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, share, comment, rate, review, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.